is the Trump administration border czar, Tom Homan. Okay, you can hear the guy here. He can't speak English. They tested him. He can't interpret road signs. They tested him on that, too. This is like a ticking time bomb in an 18-wheeler, and now we have 3 dead Floridians as a result. You know, who's responsible for this? He came in through California, got his commercial driver's license in the state of Washington and the state of California. Who should we hold accountable here for the death of these 3 innocent people?
Well, I think the California politicians who believe giving illegal aliens a driver's license is fine. I think the Biden administration, look, Sean, it's going to take us a decade to fix what they broke. We're looking for millions of people they release in this country. And he can't speak the language, but he's putting the American public at risk. And there's a lot of Mexican truck drivers who come across the port of entries, and their trucks don't even meet our safety standards. I mean, Governor Abbott, several months ago put a stop to it as in negotiations with governors of Mexico. But in my career, when I was in the Border Patrol back in the 1980s, Mexican truck drivers were coming across that can't speak English, and their trucks wouldn't pass the safety levels that our highway system requires. So this has been going on, but President Trump's all over this. We got a lot to fix, Well,
all right, correct me if I'm wrong, because we've had Kristi Noem on the program, we've had you on the program. So his lawyer is arguing that he can challenge, his deportations on the right that he will be the person that is unsafe. Is this the guy that you've identified as an MS-13 gang member? Is this the guy whose own wife accused him of being a wife beater? Is this the guy that we've been told apparently was soliciting minors on the internet and involved in other illegal activity? Is that the guy that is saying that he's going to be unsafe if he goes back to his home country? Isn't he unsafe to all of us if he stays?
He's a significant public safety threat. You got it right. He's a gang member, designated terrorist. And he's been ordered removed by 2 different federal judges. He's been indicted for human trafficking and alien smuggling. He's a bad man. And I'm telling you, I'm giving you my word. He will be deported from this country. I got my teeth in this thing. I'm not letting it go. As far as the story now, he's going to claim asylum. First of all, he's beyond the required 1 year. He's been here longer than that, so he shouldn't be able to qualify for asylum. And if the judge rules on the law is about asylum seekers. You got to be escaping fear and persecution from your home government because of race, religion, and political affiliation. Well, he's not going to his home country, right? So he's going to either Uganda or any other country we decide to send him to. What is the evidence that he can present that he's going to be persecuted because of his race, religion, and political affiliation? He's got to present that evidence. He doesn't have evidence. So if the judge rules on the law, he's gone.
Okay, how many court dates does he get? How much do taxpayers have to pay? How much money will this cost taxpayers every time he drags this country back to court? I would imagine it's costing a small fortune.
Oh, absolutely. And these advocates out there, these attorneys working with these open border advocates, they know how to play the system. They appeal after appeal after appeal. He'll lose the case, and they'll appeal to the BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals. Then if they lose that, they'll appeal to the appellate court. They know how to play the game because what they're doing is waiting us out, Sean. If they can hold out long enough, hoping for the next Democratic administration that's going to save the day and award amnesty to millions of people. This is the game they play, and that's why President Trump has put more efforts in the immigration courts, hiring more immigration judges who's going to rule on the law. And that's why he's got more U.S. attorneys who's going to rule on the law. We're moving as quick as we can to prevent the Democrats from playing the long game, which they've been doing from day one. That's why they release millions into the United States rather than ICE custody, because they're in ICE custody, they get a hearing in 40 days. 90% lose, they go home. But the Biden administration released millions into the community in NGOs because they know if you're not in ICE detention, your hearing's 5, 7, 9 years out. They're playing the long game. That's why the Trump administration, working very hard, is cutting that short, doing everything we can to expedite the process to get them out of the country. They have no right being here. They need to leave.
Okay. You know what? And already, as far as I'm concerned, Biden, Harris, Mayorkas, and everybody that lied about open borders, they all have blood on their hands. And I think it's a matter of when, not if, this country is going to get attacked. We have known terrorists in the country. It seems inevitable. I would imagine they're plotting, planning, and scheming an attack on our homeland. Is that likely? Am I wrong? I pray to God I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
I don't think you're wrong either. And that's the thing I go to bed every night wondering about, when is it coming? Because I looked at the numbers today. We're deported just short of 1,000 don't expected terrorists today under President Trump. We got about 500 in custody. Sean, you and I both know we got thousands of more to find. We got to find them before they commit an atrocity in this country.
That's like finding a needle in a haystack. 10 years, I don't even know if you could completely finish the job in 10 years, especially when they have protections in sanctuary states and sanctuary cities. By the way, the same people that politicize like the shooting today. Tom Homan, appreciate you being with us. Thank you for the good work you're doing.